As we age, we usually gain wisdom, patience, and plenty of life experience. On the other hand, things like osteoarthritis and neuropathy can also creep in, limiting your ability to move easily. Fortunately, the specialists at NexGenEsis Healthcare are helping patients live pain-free without relying on pain medications or surgery. Dr. Abhishek Reddy and Dr. Fuhrman with NexGenEsis, along with their patient Alan, share the life-changing experience of treating the root causes and not just the symptoms. There are some common joint issues that it's not if but when most of us are going to get, and osteoarthritis is one of them. So Dr. Reddy, explain what that is.
So osteoarthritis is like the breakdown of the joint space, that normal kind of wear and tear that everyone goes through, like you kind of said. When you have that breakdown of that joint space, the bones kind of start rubbing on each other a little bit. You get a lot of pain, mobility issues, and really affects your quality of life.
Yeah, and when people come to you, they've oftentimes tried several things that just don't work.
Yeah, so people will try things like steroid injections, they'll try different medication, pain medications, maybe over-the-counter, ibuprofen, Advil, Tylenol, and these are things that you just have to keep doing over and over and over again. What we're trying to do here at NexGenEsis fix the actual problem, so it gives you that long-lasting relief.
Yeah, because I heard you say all those other things are addressing the issue but not the problem, right? And when we say osteoarthritis, a lot of times we think about our knees because that's one of those things that can just stop us from being able to do something as simple as walk, but it can happen in any of our joints, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It can happen in any of the joints. Knees, probably the most common. It can also happen in wrists. It can happen in the spine. It can happen in the ankle. Really, any of the joints of our body.
Yeah. All right. So, Alan, what issues were you having?
So my wrist was going to sleep. I'd wake up in the morning and it was numb. Just driving, if I drove more than about a half an hour, it would tingle and start aching to the point where I started propping it up on my console with a ball.
Oh, wow.
And that was the comfortable spot for it. Ibuprofen before I would play golf, Tylenol after I played golf or fished.
And you were thinking surgery is probably inevitable, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And then I didn't want the downtime with the surgery.
Yeah. So you tried NexGenEsis, and what happened?
It was a pretty simple procedure, and most of those issues have gone away.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still ache every now and then, but everything aches at my age now, every now and then.
But you're not propping it up on the ball.
But I don't have that issue anymore. I don't have the neuropathy feeling. I don't have the tingling. It's not going to sleep. And I can play golf a couple times a week now. Before it was maybe once a week, and then I was icing it and medicating it.
Yeah, but no longer. All right, Dr. Reddy, how does NexGenEsis help with that joint pain?
So we offer a combination of one, using the patient's own biologics, and two, using some advanced modalities to kind of put the body in the best position to heal itself. So when you have a lot of these symptoms that Alan was talking about, whether it be joint pain, neuropathy issues, things like that, we can actually promote healing in the body by using minimally invasive procedures as well as some of those therapies to really help with activities of daily living, mobility, pain, any of those issues.
Yeah, you have some people who are not even candidates for surgery, and others just don't want surgery, so this is a great option for them. All right, he mentioned tingling and numbness. That's another thing that happens with people, except it's neuropathy. And so let's explain what neuropathy is.
So neuropathy is essentially just nerve damage. It's a fancy word for nerve damage, right? It's the nervous system is just not functioning properly, and it's going to cause symptoms like numbness, tingling, burning. If it happens in someone's feet, maybe they're diabetic, they have diabetic neuropathy, they have these symptoms in their feet, they could have balance issues, lots of swelling, and this is going to keep them from doing their normal daily activities, even just standing to cook a full meal. They'll have trouble, they have to sit down, and they can't just do what they want to do.
Yeah, and this is one of those ones that sneaks up on you because you can dismiss, oh, I must have slept on my arm wrong, or I must have slept, or maybe it's something I did the day before. But when you have those symptoms of the numbness, tingling, burnings, when should you think, this could be neuropathy and I probably need to get in and get some help?
Usually when it's happening more frequently, if it's a one-off thing, it could be caused by neuropathy. It could be, like you said, maybe you slept on it wrong or something like that. But it's better to get it checked sooner than later, rather than kind of let the things progress further and further.
Most people are told that this is one of those ones that there's really not much we can do about it except for address the symptoms. And a lot of people, when they start using things to address the symptoms, that adds other problems. Yeah,
so we don't want to offer kind of like Band-Aid type solution. We're really trying to fix the problem at its root cause. Symptomatic relief is okay, but but when you actually address what's causing the problem, you can get that longer term relief.
Yeah, and Dr. Fuhrman, you should not ignore this, and we have said this many times with you, but I've had people come up to me and say, wow, that drove the point home.
Right.
You watched what happened with your grandmother.
I did, yeah. Unfortunately, she did have diabetic neuropathy. She had a severe sunburn on her foot that did get infected, and they did have to amputate her foot. That didn't heal properly, and then ended up having to take her entire leg. So, like you said, I saw firsthand what that can do to somebody, what that can do to family, and you know, it's tough to watch, and you know, one of the main reasons that I'm here now.
Yeah, and the thing is, the point you made, the earlier you get to it, the better the outcome can be. We have a tendency to compensate for something that's not working, or to do it, like you said, to start medicating it, hoping it'll go away. What do you have to say to somebody who's just putting it off? They've seen these gentlemen here, they've heard the testimonials. What do you have to say to them?
For me, it's a natural healing process because they injected my plasma back into me, and so I felt safe with that. As opposed to going into actually having surgery, I would give it a try.
Yeah, because sometimes surgery can cause more damage, right, and more issues to deal with.
Right, the surgery is highly invasive.
Yeah, you're basically helping the body to help itself. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The first 50 callers to mention Great Day Houston will get a complimentary phone consultation to see if you're a good candidate to come in for an exam. The number to call, 832-570-4529. Again, that's 832-570-4529. To learn more, visit NexGenEsis Healthcare.com.